The Bengals take down the Bills on Sunday Night Football, a massive win for Cincinnati. I want everyone to spam WHO DEY in the comment section to celebrate a gutty, gritty, and hard-fought and earned win by the Bengals. Spam your WHO DEYs in the comment section right now. All right, the Bengals win 24-18. They control the clock down the stretch. The Bills scored with about 3.5 to go, and the Bengals iced the football game. A game in which, by the way, they never trailed. They were tied at one point after the second drive. Then basically really a wire-to-wire win for Cincinnati. They improved to 5-3 on the season. The Bills dropped to 5-4. Massive wild card implications, seedings involved here. This was a big win for the Bengals. They have won now 4 in a row, and they look fully back as fully realized championship contenders. The Bills' offense against this Bengals defense. Okay. They ran for 68 yards. Josh Allen had 44 of those. Again, this was a Josh Allen did everything on offense because the supporting cast not that great. James Cook, 6 carries, 20 yards. 2 massive takeaways in this football game. Now, one of the only points, they kind of gave it right back. Cam Taylor-Britt, great interception. It was Josh Allen has at least one a game of like, what are you doing, you bozo? Just a terrible throw. Trying to do a back shoulder fade, throws it inside shoulder of the DB. Easy interception for Cam Taylor-Britt. And then the big one, when the ball technically got to the red zone. Kincaid gets it inside there, as he's at like the 15, gets upended, fumbles the football. Ball pops out, and the Bengals recover. A massive game-changing event on that one. Bengals defense, they are bend but don't break to a T, and they did it to perfection again. The offense, meanwhile, a little bit better yards per play. We'll talk more in depth about Joe Burrow in a minute here because, oh my God, what a performance. The ground game was not that great. You know, Joe Mixon, 14 carries, 37 yards. Neither ground game was that great. It was a quarterback duel, and your quarterback, Joe Burrow, was the better one. I said before, he's the second best QB in the NFL, and he's a top 3 QB and not 3. That was the case again today. He outplayed Josh Allen. Opposing defense is different. I get all of that. Burrow was spectacular in this football game. 31 of 44, 348 yards, 2 touchdowns. Only had 7 yards on the long of 7 on the scamper. That was a big scamper, though. He was Joe Burrow, baby. He is a fantastic quarterback. The calf injury, it's in the rearview mirror. He is so back now. So grade the Bengals against the Bills. A-, B+. You got to win over a potential playoff team. That's important. A, B, C, D, or F in the comment section. It is the pinned comment on today's show. So if the ad comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there and go vote right now. Who saw the tight end game coming? Of Burrow's 31 pieces, 10 went to tight ends. Entering tonight, the Bengals tight end room combined had 20 catches, 132 yards, and 0 touchdowns. Tonight alone, 10 for 101 and 2 touchdowns. Ready? Tanner Hudson, 4 for 45 on 5 targets. Drew Sample, 3 for 30 and a score on 4 targets. Irv Smith, 3 for 26 and a touchdown on 4 targets. They played great. Irv had a drop, is what it is. Joe Mixon had 5 for 31 yards. The tight ends were good. They were good tonight, and that's a big reason why the Bengals won. Today's show made possible by Prize Picks. It is the largest independently owned DFS platform in North America. You are playing against the numbers. You are not battling thousands of other players, the pros, the sharks, the sharps, whatever. You versus the numbers. 2 to 6 player stat projections, more than or less than. Just got to hit 3. Hit 2 out of 3. It's perfect. They also offer their reboot policy, so your entries stay in play even if one of your players gets hurt. So let's say you have, Joe Mixon, more than rushing yards, gets hurt in the first half, it doesn't return. He's rebooted. Your pick is still alive, even despite the injury. I have now done the flex play, and I'm going to do that going forward because I'm great about getting 2 out of 3, and I miss the other ones there. I did the flex play tonight. Should have done the power play. Power play was 5x return. Flex play is 2.25 if you get 3 right. 1.2 if you get 2, though, so you come out on top. I got more than Joe Burrow passing yards, easy money. He had 265.5. He had 348. Isaiah Pacheco got it by about 5 yards on the rushing side. CeeDee Lamb had about 30 yards more as well. Easy money on that front. They are also giving you free money. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Link will be in the comments and the description. It's prizepicks.com/CLNS for the first deposit match up to $100. You know, Jamar Chase, 4 for 41. It's not great. T. Higgins doubled and changed those numbers. 9 targets. He caught 8 of them for 110 yards. That was the normal T. Higgins we're accustomed to seeing. The Bills secondary is very injured. You know, Jordan Poyer left the game. Micah Hyde left the game as well. Christian Benford didn't do much of anything. Hyde had 2 PBs before he got hurt, by the way. Rasul Douglas, they're banged up. Higgins feasted. 8 catches, 110 yards. That was a big-time bounce-back game after a very slow start. Otherwise, basically 1,000-yard player each season entering year 4. Now, if you're a diehard Bengals fan, you've come to the right spot. Hit that sub button right now, youtube.com/BengalsTV for more free Bengals videos here all season long. Watch party, nothing next week. Thursday Night Football, week after that against the Ravens. We'll be live for it. Takeaway number 4, the Lou Anarumo defense just keeps doing it, man. They keep getting away with it. They stood strong again. They are the best bend but don't break defense in football. They really are. Some critical drives. So let me recap these. The interception was huge. End of the half, they got the ball to the 38. They stood strong. Forced a punt. Forced a field goal after getting it inside the red zone on 1st and 10 from the 17. Held for a field goal. They got the ball in the red zone 2 drives later on the Kincaid catch. Fumble. 2 massive drives. Could have easily been 14. Could have been 10. They got 3. It's what the Bengals defense does. It's not the prettiest. It's not a great fantasy defense even, for the most part. But they stood strong, and they make plays when it counts the most. Who was more impressive tonight? O for the offense, D for the defense. Who was it? I'm going to go B for Burrow, but overall, who was more impressive? O for offense, D for defense. One thing to work on. The play calling process was a shit show tonight. How many times did the Bengals have to call a timeout or get a delay of game or almost get a delay of game? They were not efficient on that play calling situations. They were constantly up against the gun. Can't happen. Has to be better. You know, you have a tough set of games here. I have hiccups, excuse me. After this, you play Texans, not a pushover. Ravens, Steelers, Jags. Steelers are always a tough out. 2 division games in there. Got to be more crisp if you're going to keep winning football games in the NFL.